Why they use it? You want to sit here? Okay, did you floor? Never going to know this that you couldn't fact that.
All right, welcome everyone. I think we'll get started. There is cake in the back if you guys want some cake. And coffee. Welcome everyone to Town of Ocean Ridge August meeting. Kelly, would you call the roll, please?
Before I call the roll, I've got a statement to read.
Go ahead.
All right. Good evening, Mayor Pugh, Vice Mayor Cos, fellow commissioners Cassidy and Ayala, and members of the public. I regret that I am unable to attend my first town commission meeting due to the passing of my mother and my family's funeral services for her. While I had very much looked forward to beginning my service to the town of Ocean Ridge, being with my family during this time is where I need to be. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to my fellow commissioners, town staff, and the residents who have reached out with their kindness, prayers, and words of support during this difficult time. My family and I are grateful for your thoughtfulness. It is a tremendous honor to serve this community, and I look forward to joining my fellow commissioners and officially participating in the September commission meeting. Thank you for your understanding.
Our condolences.
Yes.
For sure.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's from Lynette. Miss Gustafson. Okay, Commissioner Ayala,
Here.
Commissioner Cassidy. Here. Vice Mayor Cos.
Here.
And Mayor Pugh.
Here. Well, let's stand for pledge of allegiance.
To the states and to the republic, she stands on nation with the God, indivisible, with justice for all.
All right. Are there any additions, deletions, or modifications to the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, there's
Yes.
quite a few additions and changes to the agenda. So because of that, Kelly placed to the side a new agenda for you. It says revised, but I'm going to go ahead and read out what the changes are. Okay.
Okay.
And Kelly, catch me if I miss them. On number 1, we took away the swearing in of Commissioner Gustafson. We'll move that.
Okay.
We'll move that to September. We've added a new item, or what we're calling number 3, and that's a phase 4 presentation and update for the water main construction that's happening. Additionally, items on the consent agenda 8 and 9. I don't have the backup information yet from PGIT, so we're going to move those to September. So eliminating 8 and 9.
Okay.
And also adding on the consent agenda, and these will be items 13, 14, and 15. 13 is the replacement of the police vehicle due to a recent accident. 14 is the acceptance of the $115,000 from the federal 287 program. It's a stipend payout from the Homeland Security. And 15 is the purchase of the new vehicle with that ICE stipend. There's certain restrictions. And you have that backup email, and the backup information has been uploaded to the website for all the public to see as well.
Michelle, can I also add commissioner comments about the audit?
Yes, that would be great. That's all that staff has to change. Thank you.
So you want to add a commissioner comment? 20. All right, so you see all the changes, modifications. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right, presentations and proclamations.
Why don't we skip number 1, Mr. Mayor, and just see if somebody shows up?
Yeah, I'm waiting for,
gonna-
I don't see Ron.
Yeah, and I'm going to turn my phone back on.
Speckled face.
Yeah, just in case he's trying to call me, I'll turn my phone back on.
All right, so
And if it's okay with you, maybe we'll go right to the presentation for.
yeah, I'm gonna go right to number 2, which is the proclamation for Chief Scott McClure. So I'd like to read the proclamation. I'll read this. Town of Ocean Ridge, Florida, proclamation in recognition of 10 years of service for Chief Scott McClure.
Ooh,
Whereas the Chief Scott McClure has faithfully served the residents, businesses, and visitors of the town of Ocean Ridge. Well, not the businesses. They don't have any. And visitors of the town of Ocean Ridge for 10 years, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to public safety, professionalism, and community service. And throughout his tenure, Chief McClure has exemplified integrity, leadership, accountability, and dedication to the highest standards of law enforcement, earning the trust and respect of the community and his peers. And under his leadership, the Ocean Ridge Police Department has strengthened its commitment to community engagement, proactive policing, traffic safety, emergency preparedness, and regional cooperation while maintaining the town's reputation as one of the safest communities in South Florida. And Chief McClure has fostered a culture of professionalism, training, teamwork, and service excellence with the Ocean Ridge Police Department in helping to develop and support the officers and civilian personnel who serve the town each day. His leadership and professional contributions extend beyond the boundaries of Ocean Ridge through his active involvement in regional law enforcement initiatives and organizations. This includes his current service as Vice President of the Palm Beach County Association of Chiefs of Police, where he has distinguished himself as a respected leader among law enforcement professionals and is expected to assume the role of President the coming year. Congratulations. Chief McClure further serves his neighboring community of Briny Breeze as Town Marshal, demonstrating an extraordinary commitment to public service, intergovernmental cooperation, and the protection of residents throughout the region. His steady leadership, sound judgment, dedication to public safety, and commitment to serving others have made a lasting and positive impact on the town of Ocean Ridge, the law enforcement profession, and the communities he serves. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Commission of the Ocean Ridge hereby recognize and commends Chief Scott McClure upon the occasion of his 10-year service anniversary, expresses his sincere gratitude for his outstanding service, his leadership, his contributions to the community, and extends his best wishes for his continued success and future accomplishments. I have hereunto set my hand and caused the official seal of the town of Ocean Ridge to be affixed this third day of August 2026, and I hope that you stay long time.
Yes, it did. Thank you. Thank you to the commission. Thank you to the residents for all the support. I
Forgot his card.
I see everyone. Thanks.
Oh, got the card.
There's no money in it. You gotta read it. And don't have the upside down.
All right, so I'll go ahead to move to phase 4 presentation update.
Good evening, everybody. Commission, Michelle, thank you. Constituents, appreciate your time this evening. Perfect. My name is Clark Cryer with Johnson Davis. We are the contractors that are doing the project that you guys see. This is the team that we've got right here. We've got Caesar. I'm sorry, I'm trying to look for both and also, but this is Caesar Carrillo. He's the project manager on the team. This is Meredith Cruz right here. She's our PR with the team. We've been doing, I'll let them get into the details of what we've done, but we want to make sure that pretty much everybody understands and knows what's going on with the project. We understand what this project means to you guys as a town. Also to us, we are your direct neighbors. We are located right there in Lantana, so the project affects us tremendously as well. But like any improvement, you know, there's growing pains. You get sore when you work out, you know, there's bumps and bruises, but we're here to get through successfully and work with you guys as best we can to get through this. And you've seen us throughout this process. This isn't my first time standing here in front of you guys, just to let you know we're here with you. So I'll let Meredith take it over from here.
Nice to meet everyone and looking forward to working with you on this project. So we started contract time in July, at the end of July, and work's anticipated to go through the rest of this year. So the water main improvements will enhance the water flow and the fire protection and also replace the fire hydrants on the west side of the roadway. And so the limits really quickly are from just south of Corinne Street, just past the State Road 804 Ocean Avenue intersection. Okay, so what you can expect during this project, you may have seen some flagging operations today going on. That's going to last for
2 weeks. As soon as we finish the flagging operation, it's temporary signals, which will be we employed the same system a few years ago with the DOT project on United Street, so you guys are somewhat familiar. This will be 3 phases of the same setup.
So what we've done so far is we pushed out some notifications to the town, social media outlets and so forth on the website. And we're going to continue to post updates to the website throughout the project. We're also working on a mailing to residents and we'll do progress updates monthly and we'll be back at council to give updates.
So just to kind of fill you guys in just a little bit more, as you can see, you know, I let her walk through some of the process. She is the PR lady. She does work with DOT. That's her other clientele. She's phenomenal. She works with us on the island, so she knows who to talk to. She's the lady that is going to yell at us if we're not in compliance, hear from you guys and snap us into shape. She's been doing it for years through many different capacities. She's phenomenal. Caesar is your avenue through Johnson Davis of who you need to talk to. He's worked with a number of you up there, chief, you know, and has nothing but wonderful things to say. So I know we've got a great working relationship right now. This is going to be there for you. We do have an avenue to speak with, so it's not just contractors out there. We're here to work with you guys and we're excited about the project. Yes, sir.
The communications that you were talking about, are those linked in with our way that we talk to all the community?
Yes, sir. They are, Mr. Mayor and Vice Mayor, they are actually developed and vetted by Meredith to make sure that they're in alignment with what typically would go out with this type of project. And also because she's a PR person, you know, she's a professional. And then once she pushes it out, not just to her distribution list, she sends it to ours, and Kelly then sends it out through our social media and then also to those that get the direct messaging or direct texts. That's the new, Text My Gov. So
People are
that's
used to seeing that. So.
correct. And then Meredith gave us great feedback. And since Meredith and Caesar have been going door to door as well and talking to residents, they called me and they said, we really do need to do a mailer. And so Johnson Davis is actually paying for that mailer. And so I just approved that today and it looks beautiful. And that'll go as well to all the residents in the town, just to make sure that everybody knows what's going on. So well done.
Great.
I just had one question. I don't know if you can answer it. So in December, that's obviously season starting. Will there be as much lane closure in December as we're currently about to experience?
We should be wrapped out by then. That's
Oh,
that's. There's always unforeseens with construction, but it's gonna prevent us from finishing.
Barring weather, any kind of major effect, you know, or any, you know,
Yeah, totally.
hopefully somebody didn't bury a gas station there or anything to that effect. But, you know, anything foreseeable while digging in the ground, we should be good to go.
So the front end loader didn't damage any of the grate. I checked it on my way home today.
The one that was sitting there blocking
So-
traffic.
No, it's when they needed parking. But the question I had to ask you though is, what about the sidewalks there? Because when the front end loader and the other things go on there, it may crack those. You guys gonna be responsible for that?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the FDOT right away. Again, she works with them closely. We work with them closely. We were able to kind of shift exactly where this water main goes successfully in working with the DOT. You know, during construction, we're required to maintain a firm and unyielding surface, of which we will. But anything we break, we need to replace.
If we blame you for all the cracked sidewalks from the whole distance.
That doesn't,
I mean.
that
come on, you
could
can do that in
occur,
the
but you know,
contract. Just throw us a bone there. Right?
understood, you know,
Yeah.
we're trying to maintain being a good neighbor of y'all, so understood.
Now, every evening, are you gonna pack it all up like you did today, or you're gonna leave it with the light?
Once the lights are up, it will remain permanently phase by phase.
Okay,
But with the flagging operation on the west side of the road, we will be packing it up.
okay.
And you'll see with the cones are a daily operation, so that's a good key indicator for the public, just, and you guys in your mind. If there's cones out, they're probably gonna go back. You know, if there's barrels out and lights, that's gonna be a more permanent fixture that you'll.
Any other questions? Well,
I
thank you.
just, there's a big square orange sign at the end of Hudson, right on A1A on the north side. It creates a real blind spot, just because I have to go all the time. I don't know if there's a way to pull it back like a couple feet or something. You can't see traffic coming.
Absolutely, I will look into that, and as long as we can maintain our compliance with that, Caesar will make a special note.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for the update.
Thank
How often will the updates be? Once a month?
Well, I wasn't thinking once a month, but we assumed that we might have maybe two more for the commission, but we all serve at your pleasure, so they can come back as often as you prefer. And if you feel it's not going smooth and we need an update, we can get an update. But really, I love, the way it's going so far because we're really trying to get ahead of any messaging and keep the narrative positive. And here's a good example. Meredith called out, and I was happy to hear this call out. She reminded us all that August 10th starts school within Palm Beach County. And so the contractors were kind enough to say, let's delay start that morning because there'll be so much change in the traffic pattern. Let's let the residents get through. So instead of starting at their typical 8 a.m. timeline, they'll be starting after 9 that day.
I'd rather have them focus on working and getting the stuff done.
Well, we are.
They're preparing to talk to us.
Yes.
Unless we have a problem, let's let them go.
Yeah, DOT requirements give us our working hours, so we're looking to explore every way to get this done.
And just know that staff meets every 2 weeks.
What is the working hours in a day?
So for us, it's typically like 7 or 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. DOT limits that to like at 9 or 8:39. So it's like 2.5, 3 hours less a day.
Wow.
So I've approved them. I've allowed them to start setting up at 7. I've authorized that so that we can get going because we need to get this done. And between the holidays that will be going through the next couple of months and King Tide events, we'll have enough delays. So I wanted to make sure. But the noise of construction doesn't start till after 8 at the earliest.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all. Good team.
All right, Kelly, you want to go on the announcements? See you around.
Sent an email.
Hmm?
Sent an email.
The meeting schedule for the next month is as follows. The first public hearing for the budget will be on Monday, September 14th at 5:05 p.m. The regular town commission meeting will be on Monday, September 14th at 6 p.m. Code enforcement hearing will be Tuesday, August 4th at 10 a.m. And all meetings are held in the commission chambers at Town Hall. The primary election will be held on Tuesday, August 18th, 2026 in the community room. And any residents who wish to sign up to receive important town notifications and news through Text My Gov should sign up on the town's website or call Town Hall for assistance.
Thank you. Public comment. You guys in a tag team?
Terry Brown, Harvard I South. I just wanted to comment on some of your comments, Mayor, in the Postal Star regarding the property tax reduction that DeSantis put in the legislature passed, and it's on the ballot. And your comments were right on. I mean, if people knew exactly what the impact would be with the reduction in the funds, but you're talking about infrastructure here and the other things that this town has to do. You got a new roof on the building, all kinds of things that need to be done. And really the few dollars that people would save under this plan would not be worth it, in my opinion. They don't know what the impact overall would be on the county itself. The other comment that you made in the same edition, you were quoted twice, had to do with the inlet. And the fact that these people think that that the county is pumping too much sand from an Alabama. And we know, we can agree on this because we grew up here. We've seen that inlet fill up with sand before they extended the jetties. So those were good comments. Educating people about it is the number one thing. You did a good job. Thank you. Thank you.
I wasn't going to say it, but they're still stealing our sand. More important, in the last week, we had several outages for 8 hours actually, 2 days running and 4 hours the next day. It didn't bother me because I'm reasonably healthy, but if anyone was on any kind of a ventilator or anything, the town should have some method of notifying everybody who is going to be without any electricity, no air conditioning, no telephones, no microwaves, no. But if you have an invalid of some kind in the house, it could cause a real problem. And I don't know what setup we have with the commission, but I think they ought to devise some kind of setup.
I thought we already had that with the,
What?
I thought we already had that.
Well,
You
we
didn't get
have
a call?
the Text My Gov, but if you haven't signed up for Text My Gov, you wouldn't have gotten
Yeah,
this.
if you're telling.
was-
Yeah,
You
that's-
had no computer, no telephone, not even a ground line was working.
Kelly?
Mr.
It's just,
I was just going to comment that
if someone happened to die because their ventilator went out, then you'd have real problems. I just thought pre-notification would be.
the problem with that, Miss Betty, is that we were not notified because it was an FPL outage. We were not notified until probably about 3 to 5 that night before. And we weren't told until very late, when I finally got the text out of what addresses were actually going to be impacted. We were first just told there was going to be a power outage, but we didn't know where. And then they finally told us the addresses, and that's why I sent that one out. It could.
Thank you, Betty. Anyone else for public comment? Go ahead.
I received an email. This is from Stella Kolb. Mayor and Commissioners, in a small town as ours with fewer than 2,500 voters, I respectfully question whether term limits serve the best interest of our community. Elections already provide residents the opportunity to decide who should represent them. If our elected official is serving effectively, honestly, and with the confidence of the voters, that decision should remain in their hands rather than be determined by an arbitrary limit on years of service. Small towns benefit from experienced leadership, continuity, and knowledge, and that can be difficult to replace. For that reason, I encourage the commission to consider placing this issue before the voters in a form of a referendum, whether term limits should remain in place. Whatever the outcome, I believe the decision should be made by the people of our town. In closing, I emphasize again, the decision belongs to the voters.
All right. Any other public comment? Back to the commission. Go on to the approval of the consent agenda.
So moved. So moved.
Seconds.
Motion is second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. On to our lone regular agenda. Oh, no. Yes.
I didn't see you coming.
Didn't have anything.
This item is the approval of ordinance on first reading, ordinance 2026-02, an ordinance of the Town Commission of the Town of Ocean Ridge, Florida, amending Chapter 66, Environmental Regulations, Article 4, Landscaping, Division 2, Water Efficient Landscape, Section 66-142, Artificial Turf, Synthetic Grass, to conform to the requirements of Section 125.572 of the Florida statutes and the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's minimum standards for single-family residential properties of 1 acre or less in size, and providing for repeal of conflicting ordinances, severability, codification, and an effective date.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So this is the ordinance that's going to adopt the Florida Department of Environmental Protection's regulations for single-family residences of 1 acre or less, the minimum standards for artificial turf. As you may recall, we had a conversation about this quite some time ago at Town Commission level. Then we took a draft to the Planning and Zoning Commission, and then DEP finally issued its final regulations in May of this year. So we went back to Planning and Zoning. Planning and Zoning adopted this proposed ordinance that's before you tonight for first reading with a couple minor tweaks unanimously. So now it's being brought forward to you. What this essentially does is it takes the FDEP minimum standards and applies it to all single-family residents in the town of Ocean Ridge that are 1 acre or less, and allows them to install artificial turf to those minimum standards. There's 2 areas within DEP regulations that allows the town to assert a little bit of control in this area. And basically that is to allow for a permeability standard minimum, which in this case is 10 inches per hour per square yard, which is a reduction from the town's current ordinance, which is 30 inches per hour per square yard. And also to allow us to, for water conservation purposes, clarify that all irrigation, when you install artificial turf, will need to be capped so that you're not irrigating artificial turf for water conservation purposes. Otherwise, the DEP standards will apply for anyone who now seeks to install artificial turf with their single-family residence of 1 acre or less. For all other properties in town, they will remain subject to the existing town ordinance. So we ask for a motion to approve on first reading.
So moved.
Public comment? Back to the commission.
Just one little clerical point. It says ordinance 02 and then on the approval it says 03. So I believe it's 02, correct?
All right, all those in favor signify
Compliment.
by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, Michelle.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, a couple of quick updates. The first one being the Harbor Drive North drainage project. We mentioned this during the workshop, the budget workshop. That is also beginning. And as much as I tried to keep these staggered, these projects, they are starting at the same time and will be running during the same time. So some of my concerns, I'll share them right up front, is that this is a drainage project that will go on throughout the king tide season. And they recognize that, they have plans for contingency for it, and they are working with some of the property owners that have some space, particularly one area that will have a home demoed. And they plan to use that lot, they're gonna make arrangements to use that lot for their additional parking. So that we try and minimize the impact throughout the southern part of town. With parking especially. So that's number one. Number two, political sign season is coming up. It's actually just about here. I came in this morning and there was a political sign that was in the right of way in front of town. And so, you know, I gave the direction to make sure it was taken out. And then Kelly was kind enough to update me that there's been a lot of conversations here in the past about right of way versus non-right of way. So I would like to ask for some clarity before I start pulling signs that I shouldn't pull. I know what the rules are as I read them, but I also think that there has been some grace that has been given in the past for some of the right of way that belongs to the town. So what would your preference be?
Well, I can speak as the most recent, candidate to have experienced that. I had signs all over town and they were not allowed to be in the right way. Scolded and stripped.
I thought we caved in and said for the last 6 weeks or something.
In the right of, yes.
I thought so.
I thought we let them, just kind of ignore them.
Right.
No.
Well,
Well, and that's what we want to have. We want to know which way to go.
Well, the FDOT's came in this too.
Yeah, the FDOT does not allow us to.
Right,
But it
because
is.
down at my house, I guess you guys came by and all the signs that had been put up, they pushed against my wall. FDOT didn't want it.
FDOT was the one that actually was picking them up,
Yeah,
truck and bringing them back here.
I think on the side streets you'd be okay.
If we saw them, we picked them.
If we saw, yeah,
But if FDOT gets them, they take them, they don't return them.
but I don't think it was the town that picked them. It was FDOT definitely last time. Ran. They're definitely good picking them up if you put them in the right. DOT, because the guy was running around in the little white Ranger pickup.
It wasn't very nice.
And I think he just took them away. I think he got it back.
No. The only time you got it back,
So what,
Billy beat it.
so what's the pleasure of the commission?
I think it's just a time.
We just gotta watch out, don't put it in the FTOT, right?
How about the town?
You know where the town right of way is compared to the
Well, it's
FTOT.
not
right?
consistent. My neighbors have 10 feet. Ours is 5.
It's gonna be that many political signs. No, I'm talking this election specific.
Can we chew?
When we get to the March election, I'm sure. The big
Yeah.
discussion.
All right, so I'm saying, can we chew on it a little while? Like,
Sure. We have, first election date is August 18th.
Do you think it's usually because people just don't
Not the
understand the
primary
rules?
though.
We're talking about,
Put the signs in.
yeah, that's primary.
And
Michelle,
we are-
Well, can we, Michelle, I got a
Do you,
question.
do you think people are deliberately trying to flaunt the rules or do they just not understand?
Most of the time they just don't see it. I believe, but we want to be consistent in offering.
You've never run for office. You do what you get away with.
Oh, look. I followed the rules when I ran.
Mr. Mayor, can I make a recommendation? What I would recommend is you stay consistent with the code in, which I believe prohibits signs in the town's right of way, consistent with FDOT. Obviously, if our code enforcement officer or someone else from the town has to make a judgment call, that's up to them to exercise their discretion whether or not a sign is in the right of way. But, obviously with the right of way, it's really a safety concern because of, potential issues with encroachment of your view or something like that. So I would recommend staying consistent with the code. And if it's in the right of way, there's two ways to deal with it. You can either take it back here to town hall and hold it and let the candidate come get it, or simply approach the property owner, say, hey, listen, you've got to move your sign back. We believe your right of way is 10 feet, undeveloped to the roadway. So if you could move it back into your property, which is what happened to me with my sign that's currently in my yard, was I had to move it out of the right of way. West Palm Beach Code Enforcement came to me and said, could you just move it back so it's actually on your property? I said, yeah, no problem. So I would recommend that course of action. That way it's consistent through town. Obviously we can't control what, FDOT does, but if the town wants to either collect them or talk to the property owner, not just simply remove them, and throw them out.
I think that's good. So we're being consistent, sticking.
Can we switch it up for just the town election?
Absolutely. If you want to do that, ideally, we would take some sort of official action. We could do it by resolution or something like that. We do have some tweaks that need to be made to the sign code for the town, but you could certainly allow others do this by resolution during, the campaign season to allow for some bending of their rules and flexibility with the time, place, and manner restrictions.
So that's what I say, can we for a month? Like, think about it. I know with the 18th, I know it's the primary thing. But I like to look into little different aspects of it rather than just make it. Old
And by then we'll actually have maybe some signs in town.
I mean, the same rules apply for the real estate signs. Bring a picture and show Kelly where it's going to go. She has to. Just saying.
All right, so what's the pleasure, Commissioner?
Two.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah, if you want to wait, I'm fine.
September.
All right, we'll bring it up September.
Okay. Very good. The last item I wanted to bring to your attention is we are fortunate enough right now that the chief of police actually has some good recruits on the hook. And that's a great thing to be able to have some people that are interested in coming on to the convention. One of the things I wanted to share with you is the challenge in talking with the new recruits is the starting pay, as you, I think, probably hear this time, no matter where you put it, it always ends up being the floor because everybody around you keeps raising it. And that's happened again. So all of our competitors are in the 76 to 78,000 range.
To start.
Yes, sir. Including
I thought we
Gulfstream,
bumped it to
Bellevue.
55 last year. They're at 70.
We're at 70 now. We're at 70.
70 cash or total pay?
No, 70 is just the salary,
That's a start.
Salary.
I'll bump it
Salary.
back for one.
right? And so one of the things that's helping here is that we're starting to get what I believe, this is my interpretation, I believe you have officers that now have pride in the organization. Still, this is still a young organization compared to places like Delray that's 100 years old. And so they're starting to tell their friends and colleagues. So the word of mouth is starting to bring people here, and they're learning that that is a great town to work for, and that the residents are very pro-police. That's been beneficial. I actually thanked the people from the Coastal Star, because the stories that go out really help to show that that culture does exist. And that has helped us in recruiting as well, where we can provide a link to a story, you know, to really show that we're not just making it up. The residents here really are pro-police. And so I know on this last recruit, that was significant. That was meaningful. She's moving from the Northeast and is looking at multiple places here. And that seems to be the pattern. The people that are moving in have many opportunities. They come in and they'll stay a week and they interview all over. They have their interviews set up. So I know that we're in budget season and we are moving in the direction of finalizing it. I can tell you that, you know, right now we've got what I would call, you know, what I refer to as ghost salary in there, salary for the people that are not working here yet, but we have budgeted for them. And so the difference between where we're at now and maybe where I'd like to see us be is that $7,000 range per person. And I believe you have 2 openings. One opening now. Great.
Wow.
Does DeSantis still give the 5,000?
As I'm sure you all know, next year we start renegotiating again with PBA. So ideally, it would be great to wait until next year and then just do it all at once. But I hate the idea of losing great candidates.
So what do you need us to do right now?
I need you to allow some flexibility on what that starting salary is, at least, and then I can bring that information back to memorialize the final decision within the budget, of course, during the September 2 hearings. But considering we just had another workshop today, and we didn't learn that this recruit was this interested until after the meeting, I wanted to make sure that we didn't let that go away too.
Well, how is this going to affect the other officers we already have?
We've had a couple of officers that have been here less than a certain amount of years. And so that will make their ears perk up and say, well, wait a minute, I just got here and this happened. So Chief and I were talking about that. And there may be an opportunity to have to true up there. And, you know, that goes to retention.
How many people do you think that involves?
That's my question.
I don't know the answer to it, but I would think that you're gonna look at 3 and it may be less than that, because my understanding is at least one of those 3 is already looking to leave and going to sheriff's office. So then we're back into the feeder system again. You know, we'll be back.
Was he choosing the sheriff for money?
How much should I pay for?
It's money, but it's also the feedback I've received is that they have these special teams. We just don't offer special teams. You know, everybody does a little something. So I actually had a conversation with this individual and said, I don't ever see us having a SWAT team. I just don't, right? So, yeah, I think that the policing that we do is significant. I'm proud of the work that gets done here, and I know all of them are too, but you know, the young people are ambitious and they want to do special teams. And the only special teams we have here are, you know, a canine division. And it's a cute one, but it's that's about all we did.
Bella, so big, it's fun.
Well, this is where we're at. Unless the commission wants it, you know, to move in a different direction, that was the feedback I gave, is I don't see us having special teams in the future.
I agree on the special teams. I think that if you believe that you need to take this action, also may have to address some compression issues because of recent hires. I would vote to give it flexibility to do that. The important thing is that we're getting great candidates. And it's a great candidate. I'm also wanting to talk about competitive. I trust you and Chief.
So you need flexibility now through CBA time?
I just need to be between now and the next time I see you to add it to the budget. Right now, I would not add it to the budget. I wouldn't add the additional $7,000 for the individuals. Because that's not the floor that is established by policy. And so by you giving me a consensus, at least when I bring the budget back to you, I don't honestly know that you'll even notice a difference because it's gonna be so minor. But I would like to be able to make that adjustment.
Yeah, but you're also gonna have to show us how it's going to affect the ripple effect, what's it cost, bring that back too. So this is the total cost of what this is gonna do to the budget or to the budget of the
Yeah,
police
is
department.
it 3 or is it? How many do you think it is, Chief?
I think it's
You know, beyond the 3, next year we're doing the whole shebang with the
Well,
DBA. And so my hope is that.
So we're not doing this in conjunction. They want to just figure it out, bring it back to us. Let us know.
Okay, I would like the PBA members to see the goodwill that not only they receive from the residents all the time, but this conversation is great. And they should see this as goodwill, that we really do want to invest in them. And so I hope that would make a positive impact when we go through the process next year.
Well, it should, because we're actually talking about it. We're not just shooting it down. So to me, that it's a very positive impact for anybody to find for people.
But this candidate that's current, right? You need us to say, yes, you have the flexibility on this candidate, then we'll address the other issues in September. You don't want to lose it between now and September's meeting.
It's a process. It'll take longer than a month, I guess.
Plus you gotta vet the guy, the person too.
A lot of that is done. That's why I'm talking to make sure, but yes, you're right. We do have final vetting that has to occur. And I'll, I'll bring it back. Whether it's this one person or the next person, I can tell you, we lost every candidate since I've been working here,
So
except
why
one.
don't we just
hired
give her
one
the
new person.
flexibility?
I don't understand why, when,
Right.
the maximum we're talking about is 3 plus. The number is,
Plus the candidate.
I would certainly give her that discretion.
Yeah,
I don't
That's
know
what
why
I'm saying.
we're
Why don't we do
waiting.
it now? So over the course of this next month, what happens if somebody else leaves? Like one of those 3-year appointment. I think we ought to give Michelle the flexibility to go
You
ahead
can do the calculation in her head. I just did. So, I mean,
Yeah.
what are you waiting for?
4 times 7.
Well, I thought we gave the flexibility last year. We said, there's a range. Remember when we did that? When we did it was
think we
55, we
floored
went
it
up to
though.
60, but they floored it for the starting officer.
Right.
Remember, there's a conversation, the same conversation we had.
Yeah, this is
What-
changing
what
the
is
start.
2
This is
years?
changing the start.
Right.
This is raising the start.
You're
Right.
just changing the floor.
But it only is going to affect 3 current officers.
Why don't we
Plus the
talk
new
about this at the budget then?
I wish I should have,
Yeah.
but I didn't know that we were losing another candidate. We're having that meeting.
Oh.
Yeah, I came in afterwards.
But we want to put you in a position where you don't lose this new candidate that you're interested in. So what do you need from us? Just yes, you can
Yes.
spend $7,000?
Yes, give me consensus to raise the floor. For now, we'll bring back the policy to.
Less the max, but
Yeah.
still is a negotiation, I would imagine. It's a new candidate?
No, beyond that, there's no negotiation. I'm going to show them this meeting and let them know that we are willing to embrace them in. And, we just jump through hoops to try to welcome them. That's where we're at right now. That's what I think. I think that we have so many other good opportunities to welcome somebody. There's a lot of positive benefits to being in this role.
I do
Other than
too,
the
but
money.
I also think sometimes though, it hampers us in negotiation with the PBA. Because you're so willing to already just throw $7,000 at something, and when you go into negotiation with PBA, they're gonna say, well, you guys just threw the $7,000 and just to raise it up, why aren't you giving us what we're asking for? Because that's a tough negotiation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a balancing. I mean,
It is.
the question is, do we want to get a good candidate?
Right.
I'm opting for getting the good candidate, weakening our.
It sounds like the world has changed.
Public comment?
Cassidy said it, I'd say, so I don't understand why you have to raise the floor. Why in this case, couldn't you just say,
we're willing to pay whatever that number is to get him to come. But in the meantime, wait until you're doing the full budget, full negotiation with the PBA in a year. Then you could, but for now, there's no reason to raise the floor. You can make an adjustment, say, for this candidate, we're gonna pay above the floor. And
I don't know if this contract allows us to do that.
We also have disgruntled employees.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks.
Mr. Mayor, it's just like what I said to you before. I would prefer to wait until the negotiations, happen for all of the contract. That's the best way to do it.
But
I'm just letting you know, again, since I don't know how many overall number of people have been interviewed since I've been here, and I can tell you we've hired one person.
Okay, how
And-
many people have we entered? So, of the people we've interviewed, I mean, I don't need to stretch this out, but of the people we've interviewed, how many didn't want to stay just because of the salary range of the amounts? 50%, 20%? I mean, it was 10 people. Was it 2 people that said, hey, you guys aren't paying enough, I'll see you later? Or was it 5 people? I'm just wondering how big a problem is this actually right now?
well, they haven't been able to hire a candidate.
Well, that's just, like you just said, it doesn't mean it's all for the money.
But you now have a candidate that you want, and I'm assuming you would be coming to us unless there were indications from that candidate they wanted.
Correct. So I would prefer the chief be speaking here,
Yeah.
other than myself, but I'll continue if you like.
Yeah.
Money's money.
They do shop. I mean, the guy's leaving us. They shop. And it's unfortunate.
Yeah, but I understand that too, though, but different agencies, you're doing different. I mean, working in town of Ocean Ridge, working in a town in West Boynton. I'd say it's a different type of atmosphere to be working in, you say?
I don't see why we just don't give Michelle the flexibility, to go ahead and do it. And then if we need to adjust to the other 3. You have that.
And I'm quite comfortable if you are uncomfortable doing it, you want to wait. I will stand down and we will see how this rolls out. I've been I've been hiring people in mass for a long time, many years. And people from a recruitment standpoint and a retention standpoint, people work for people. Once they're in, it's easier to keep them when they know the culture and they're helping to create the culture. I would like to see more of those opportunities. I would love to see more opportunities to get new people in that help create the culture of pride and excellence.
And you did say that comparable communities in Penelope and Gulf Street, that they're paying more than we are for starting.
That is the information I received from chiefs.
Did we just do a salary
That's what I
thing
thought.
last year? We did the
Really,
salary
that was-
comparison, that was why we raised it before.
Yeah, maybe it was 2 years ago.
It was before I was here, so.
So we're playing catch up. Indeed. Our town manager is telling us she'd like
Right.
the flexibility to pay another $7,000. We have a $13 million budget. The only thing I can tell you about it is it's wrong. Okay. We know it's wrong because we're guessing. I can live with a $7,000 discretionary item for town manager.
And trust that the town manager will, and the police chief will deal with any officers that come forward due to that. Right?
Carol? I mean, they'd hate to do it just for one person, if we're doing it.
I think you're outvoted.
I feel that way, but I'm just worried about, the November vote and stuff in the budget. Chief, if that's what you're saying, leaving it up to you. means it's something that you need to do.
I agree with Michelle. I mean, it is very competitive. Position.
Well, I just read that proclamation and how smart you are as a chief of police. So I guess I'll have to acquiesce to.
Your chief, your
So it
chief
looks
of
like-
details
look-
too.
It looks like we're all in agreement here. about Discretion.
I appreciate you listening. The information was brought to me by the chief and his team. And the team does a great job of interviewing, so the feedback has been pretty steadfast. That is a challenge. And we're watching the communities around us just continue to raise just because they want the better talent. And quite frankly, I'd like to have a better choice of candidates as well.
Okay. Yeah, but it's gonna have repercussions throughout
It will, and
the
that,
whole.
this is,
Not
this
just
is,
the police department. Same.
this
we can
is,
deal with that next year.
So, okay, so let's.
we have to hold
We
it.
gave you the discussion.
Yeah.
Good. Anything else?
That's it, thank you.
Talk about artificial turf.
Oh, you weren't here for that.
I mean, a new building clerk too, so, town attorney, Chris.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have to make a request for a closed executive session. It's pending litigation. So pursuant to section 286.011, subsection 8 of Florida statute, as the town attorney, I desire advice on pending litigation in the 15th Judicial Circuit Court case of James Cooksey versus the town of Ocean Ridge, case number 2023 CA 012066. This closed session is requested for August 5th, 2026 at 1 p.m. in Town Hall. The estimated time is 2 hours. In attendance will be the mayor and town commission, the town manager, outside counsel, James Jimenez, and myself as the town attorney. A court reporter will also be present to record and transcribe the meeting.
What time did it start?
1 p.m.
This Wednesday at 1 o'clock?
at 1 o'clock, and it's estimated for 2 hours. Should we need the full 2 hours? Sounds good.
I can afford it.
Yeah, I thought she said 6.
So 1 to 3. All right,
Okay. Otherwise, no report.
that's it?
That's
Give us
it.
an invite.
And I sent an email earlier on the case. If you have any questions, please just give me a call.
Thank you.
Oh, I can add though, if you want to review when we last discussed this, you can listen to the commission meeting from December 9th of 24.
7-9.
Yeah, and I think it's at 1 hour and 13 minutes for discussion begins. You can't watch it because there's no video, just the audio, but it's helpful.
What happened was it?
1 hour and 13 minutes in is when it starts.
I can't get in my phone. And what was the date again?
December 9th, 2024.
Great, thank you, chief.
Yes, sir, my, where's your packet? Well, that's. No.
88 traffic stops.
How did the vehicle get damaged?
Oh.
The officer was traveling legs and the beat came off the map of the and bring light any outside.
Is he okay?
So the camera said plane has to be ready to take the bike, said that so it indicated it again.
And the officer's okay?
Yeah, he has some burn marks. He's here back.
That's lucky. It's lucky
Yes.
for our officer. The other guy, it's a bad day.
Yeah.
Plus we used 115,000, with 115,000 we got from the Homeland Security.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just to give an update, we established a committee that I'm chairing, a couple of residents. Tim Cassidy is one of them. To go out to bid for the audit. We had two highly qualified candidates that have given us proposals. We reviewed those proposals at a meeting earlier today. And we've got a unanimous recommendation, but we have to work through the process of making sure legal stuff all works out. But they're both very qualified, and the one that we actually prefer, it just turns out, is actually less expensive as well. That was not the deciding factor. So we should have a recommendation by September 9th.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the work. Yeah. Anything else?
Just a quick opportunity to say thank you to Officer Steele in the back, who actually has been doing the applications for the stipends through Homeland Security. And we got 115,000, as you know, but then additionally, I think we're getting one more payout this month for 30,000. And additionally, we've gotten some small stipend payouts in the last couple of months. So it's been working out. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Great work. Does he get to drive the new car? You got the money for it?
It's office now.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you for coming. We'll see you next month. Being adjourned.
So it's cake left. Sure you don't want some?
Hey, I can't, I got the same,
Cake person.
the same thing. But I can end it. This is the one you, I think you found your phone. I'm not putting the information.
She's been living 2 doors up from us for